In today's video, I'll walk you through the entire setup that I used to take some headshots and fitness portraits with a male model. This is one of the most versatile setups that you can use to take some awesome portraits, and I'll break it all down for you. Welcome back to Breakdown. I'm Miguel Quiles. Today I'm in the studio with amazing model Rudy Bundini. He's got a lot of amazing images on his Instagram page that I invite you to check out after this video is done. The link will be in the description. Oftentimes when I set things up for a photo shoot at my studio, I try to use setups that can be used to get a variety of looks. The one I'll be showing you is great to use whether you're doing close-up portraits or maybe even doing a full body shot. To get started, I'll walk you through the exact lighting and gear setup along with some tips that you can use to get a similar result. As is traditional in my breakdown videos, let's first look at the gear that we'll be using. For my main light, I'm using a Profoto 1000 watt D2 strobe inside of a beauty dish with a grid attached. Since we're working with a male model, I chose to use this light because of the hard light that it produces, which brings out the texture in the skin and it accentuates all of the lines that Rudy is bringing to this shoot. The grid helps to concentrate that light to only the areas that I want illuminated. As I often do, I chose to use a silver reflector for these headshots to bounce some light and fill the shadows a bit. Speaking of filling shadows, the next thing I did was bring an additional Profoto D2 strobe and placed it behind me. I added a dome diffuser to the strobe head and modified the light using a Profoto deep umbrella with a silver interior. The dome helps to spread the light within the inside of the umbrella, and the silver interior of the umbrella helps add some punch to the light. What's great about this setup is that even though I'm standing in front of the light, because I'm relatively close to the light, it wraps around me and provides just enough fill to bring Rudy out of the overall darkness of the image. It also blends nicely with the main light, which generally gives a more contrasty result when you use it for portraiture. Before we continue with the breakdown, I want to take a moment to introduce you to the sponsor that made today's video possible, Dashlane. If you don't already know, Dashlane is a mobile and desktop app that gives you a shortcut for everything you do online. It saves all of your passwords, credit card, and personal information safely and securely in one place, making the internet a one-click autofill experience. The free version allows you to manage up to 50 passwords and autofill all of your personal information on your favorite device. Upgrading to their premium service gives you access to their dark web monitoring service, where they can scan the web for your leaked and stolen personal data, and of course, alerting you so you can quickly act. They also offer VPN for Wi-Fi protection, where Dashlane encrypts your online activity to keep your personal information safe and private. If you use the link in the description of this video, you'll get 30 days of their premium service for free. Check out the app that has over 1 million downloads and over 50,000 5-star reviews for yourself today. Looking at the rest of this setup, you'll notice that I'm using a V-flat for the background here. While I generally use paper or canvas backgrounds for my studio work, I really love how quick and versatile a V-flat can be on set. The ones I'm using are 4x8 in size, but if you find that those are too tall for you to use in your shooting environment, you can check out the collapsible versions that are made by V-Flat World. I'll have a link for those and everything else that I'm using in the video down in the description. Now that we have an idea of how this is all set up, let's quickly look at the gear that I'll be using for the headshot portion of this shoot. For my camera, I'm using the Sony A7R IV. It's a 61 megapixel full frame camera. Since these photos may be used for print publications in the future, the resolution allows me a lot of latitude to print them as large as we could possibly ever need. In order to capture maximum amounts of detail, I paired the camera up with what might be the sharpest lens in the Sony lineup of lenses, which is the 90mm f2.8G macro. Anytime you want to get the sharpest results, the combination of a sharp lens and a hard light source will help you get outstanding results. Now that we've got the setup and gear out of the way, let's get into the first part of the shoot where we'll take some headshots of Rudy. With my camera set to f11, 1/160th of a second, ISO 100, and my focus mode set to continuous eye autofocus, I was able to get these shots. For the next set of images, we did away with the scarf and sweater and began shooting a series of fitness-style portraits. We also did away with the silver reflector, as it really couldn't have effectively been used in this situation. My camera settings remained the same at f11, 1/160th of a second, ISO 100. However, I did switch the lens over to the Sony 24-70 2.8 G Master lens. This allowed me to get shots that were a little bit wider than what I was getting with the 90mm macro. Here's the results that we were able to get. In hindsight, I would have preferred to choose a different color background, or maybe have Rudy change into a different pair and color of pants that would have provided a bit more contrast from the background. I'm still really stoked with how these turned out either way. A few tips that you'll want to keep in mind is to take a break every so often and share the results that you're getting with your subject. Sometimes they'll come up with some great ideas that can make your portraits a lot better. Have your subjects move a little after every flash and try to keep the tempo at which you take your photos relatively quick. This will keep them from getting stagnant and allow you to get a bigger variety of photos to choose from afterwards. Let me know in the comment section which one of these shots was your favorite, and while you're there, don't forget to subscribe to my channel as I'm releasing new videos here all the time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.